take it outside.
Hello, young artists. Today we're going to be turning this into this. So let's get started.
So the colors we're going to be using today are on the screen right now. So without further ado, let's get this started. Got my sketch pencil here, and we're going to be drawing Iron Man. So what we're going to do first is, let's do his head first. So for step 1, we're going to do kind of an oval. It's going to be the top of his head like that. I think that's good. Okay, and then Iron Man is kind of a robot type character, so we want to come out with his ears, and they're going to be like little blocks. There's not much curves on this drawing. It's a lot of hard shapes where we got like sharp edges on most of the things on this. I think the head is probably about the only thing that has like a curve on it. All right, and then we're going to come down like this, and then we're going to just square it off like that. So that is going to be our head. I think that turned out pretty good. I'm not sure if we're too even on the ears, but anyway, maybe we can work that out later. Okay, so that is step 1 done. Let's move on to step 2, and we're going to put in his body. So this is going to be another chibi character. So what we're going to do is kind of come out from the neck or the bottom, kind of up from the chin a little bit. And we want to do that on both sides about the same. All right, and then we're going to do a curved shape like that. So kind of like that. And then we're going to, this is going to be his waist. We're going to come down to a kind of a point, a rounded point, I guess. So about like that. That is going to be the bottom part of his body there. All right, so that is step 2 done. Let's move on to step 3. And step 3, we're going to put in his arms. So we're going to kind of do these in sections. I think that would be the best way. So we're going to come out from the shoulder right there. So not touching the face, but down just a little bit. And then we're going to come out. We're going to angle out a bit. Then we're going to go up and then back down. So kind of that shape. Kind of looks like a animal's head or something. If we put ears up here, it could be a horse or something. All right, so that's the first part. Let's go ahead and do this other side too, so we can kind of match these up. Now this one I think is going to be coming out about right where his face and his body meet. We're just going to go up a bit, and then we're going to curve down. And then same on that side, we're going to make like a little rounded part right there. We're going to go up, and then we're going to go back down. So I think those are pretty well matched. Okay, so this next section is going to be kind of like a circle. So, or maybe an oval. Just about like that. Just a little rounded shape. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to round it about like that. I think that's good. Okay, and now for his forearms and kind of gloves. So I want his hand to come out this way a little bit because he's going to be hovering. So let me do the under part first, I think, so we can kind of judge it better. So I'm going to come out about right here. Maybe curve it a little bit. I think about like that. And then one more little curve like that. So you're going to have like one curve and then come out and a little curve right there. And this is going to be a finger. And this is going to kind of be the palm. Top part of his hand. I'm going to make it a rounded part right there. And then we're going to make it come up to a point and then come back down like that. So I think that's about what I want. Fingers might be a little long. Might could cut that off a little bit. So we'll see. Once we get this other arm in, we'll see what that looks like. But I think that's pretty much the kind of shape you want. So it's just kind of a shape like that. Okay? But with the little details around it. So that's kind of what we're going for. All right, now let's do this other one. So this one's going to be doing basically the same thing. So I'm going to try to mirror this. So I'm going to come under. You know what you could do actually is to get the shape to begin with. You can just draw and then you could kind of judge. See there? I didn't even like really put any details. I just kind of put a curved line, but now we can kind of shape it out because now we've got our proportions correct. So we could go like that and then maybe come under like that. Yeah, I think this technique works out really good. So about like that, I think that's good. They match pretty well. Okay, so that is his two arms put in. So that was step 3. That was a pretty long step. Let's go into step 4. We're going to put in his legs now. So this left, or actually if you're in his position, it would be his right leg. But as we're looking at it, it's his left side here. This leg is going to kind of overlap his body up here. So we want a kind of a rounded shape like that. Okay, and then it's going to taper down to where his knee will be. So I'm going to put another rounded shape like that. And then we're going to come down with his feet. And they're just going to be kind of ovals like that. Not too much detail right now. Okay, so that's going to be one. And then this other one. So this is going to be kind of like he's bending it up a little bit. And this one's going to be more straight. So it's going to be a little bit longer than the other one. So you're going to come out right here. And then make like a little calf muscle right there. And then for the foot, we'll come down to about right there. So we can do up, do the circle like that, and then we'll do another one like that. All right, so there is step 4 done. Let's go in and start moving into step 5, which is going to be the details on his head. So the first thing we want to do is, like, he's got like a little rounded part on top. And I'm going to go ahead and solidify this head now that I got it exactly the way I want it. Like that, okay? And then at the very top, he's got like a little rounded shape like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come out from the head here, make a line going up like that, and then the same thing on this side. Line going up like that. Okay, and then from the point, we're going to come down and down. And then we're going to come across and connect those two together. So that's what you want. And then right here, got like a little oval right there. Okay, I think that's good. All right, next thing we're going to do is from this point where it's touching the head here, we're going to come down and down to about the middle of the ear, or that thing where his ear might be. Okay, and then his eyes are going to come up, and these are all like straight lines. We're going to come down like that. And then it's going to pretty much be flat around here. So kind of like that. Now, this one is much bigger than this one, so we need to kind of fix this. And I think I like this narrower one better. So I'm going to cut the top of that one. I'm going to make it a little bit narrower. I think about like that. That looks good. So there's his eyes, and then they're kind of connected here in the middle by a line, just like that. Okay. And then we got his cheeks coming out right here and right here. So don't go all the way to the cheek. So we're going to stop before, and then we're going to follow that line. Down to about there. And then this is where his mouth shape's going to be. So kind of like that. And then a line right there for his mouth. All right, I think that's good. So let's do the ears here. We're going to do kind of curves for that, just like that. Let's move down. We need to put this back in that I took out. So they're going to meet up with the eyes here on top. Okay, that's good. That is step 5 completed. Let's go ahead and move on to step 6. And that's going to be the detail on his chest. Now, for the chest, this is step 6, where he's going to have a circle here in the middle. So go ahead and let's put that in first, so we'll have a reference where all the lines need to come out at. So that's the little circle in the middle of his chest. And now we're going to have a curved line coming from his chest over here. Fix these arms where they're connected. There we go. All right, so we're going to have a kind of like a bird. You know how you used to draw birds like this? That's what we're going to have right here. So it's going to be touching the circle. So it's going to come from here and go up and down. I didn't want to touch his face there, so I'm going to do that again. Okay, maybe I start from the circle here. Here we go. So one right there and one right there. And then let's go ahead and put in where his abdominal muscles might be. So we're going to come up and a line here. And then they're going to be connected by a arch. So like that. Make this come up a little more. All right. Okay, then from here, I'm going to have one go up there and one up there. Okay, so those are those two lines. And now from this shape here, we're going to do like little V, big V's. And then the bottom one's going to be straight across. So kind of like that. 1, 2, and then we're going to make another one here. Maybe matching these lines to come out to the sides. About like that. I think that's good. That is step 6 done. Let's move on to step 7. And these are the details on his arms. So for the shoulder, got like a little shape like that. Okay, and then on this rounded part of the arm, there's like 2 lines like that. That's good. And for the gloves, we're going to make this triangle shape its own. All right, and we're going to come make that shape its own. So that's kind of oval right there. All right, and then we're going to bring this over to separate his hands. I think that's good. And then maybe we'll break those 2 up right there. Maybe over here too. Let's do one right there. Kind of break that shape up. Okay, there's his arms done. That is step 7 done. Let's move on to step 8, and that's the detail on his legs. So we're going to have, okay, so for this leg, we're going to have a line coming out here, and then it's going to be going up to the top. So kind of straight lines. And then we're going to have another one on this side coming down and then going out like that. So straight, 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 straight. And then for his knee, we're going to go up, up, and then across. And we're going to have like a little triangle right there. And we're going to have it come down in a circle. Not a circle, but a kind of a rounded shape. And then there's going to be like a little one right there. Okay, and then for the foot, it's going to be easy. We're just going to do some curve lines. Like that. Okay, so that's one leg. Okay, so the same thing here. We're going to have this shape. And we're going to have another one come out right there. Okay, and then for the knee, we're going to do an oval like that. And then that, and then round it here at the bottom. Okay, and then the curves. Just like that. Okay, now for step 8, that's completed. Let's go ahead and do step 9. And step 9 is going to be the fire that's coming out of his hands and feet that is keeping him hovering. So we're just going to do little sharp things like that. And then from his feet too. Like that. And then we'll do one more. Just like that. And that, my friends, is the completed Iron Man sketch. So let's move on to the coloring process now. Okay, for the first color, let's probably do the red. That's probably going to be the biggest one. So red is going to be here, here, and here. You know what? I see kind of like another line right here. So I'm going to put that in because that's going to make a difference. It's going to be yellow right there. So now I know my red is going to go in here. And then under the face. So that part. Shoulders. Hands. Not that rounded part. All of the chest except for the circle in the middle. This part, and then the legs and knees. And then all of this. Okay, so this is the part where I'm probably going to speed the video up. You guys can pause it if you'd like and then meet us when you're finished. There we go. We got the red part done. So you guys make sure you color in all those parts in red. Okay, so for the next bigger part, it's probably going to be this yellowish orange color. So the face here, not the eyes. Leave the eyes uncolored. So it's going to be this part, the mouth is yellow also. The circle part on the arms right here, and then the legs right here. All that's going to be yellow. So let's do that. Okay guys, we're back. We've got the yellow part done. So it's looking good. So what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and do the outline now. So pick up your black. We're just going to go around where we have the pencil marks and do that in black. Now for the flames coming out of the hands and feet, don't make that a black mark. Okay, we've got our outline done. He's looking really good. So now we're going to color in these fire flames that are coming out of his hands. So we're going to color this a little strange, I guess. Maybe not strange. Anyway, we're going to take our orange, and we're not going to just color in like solid. We're just going to start making some lines. Kind of like that. Because we're going to layer our colors. Let the oranges kind of be the base. Okay, now take your red. And the red, we're going to kind of concentrate it on the outline a little bit, but not like we're drawing the outline, but more like we're just coloring in the outline. You can push a little harder to make it darker. So see, I'm not tracing the outline. I'm just making lines that's concentrating around the edges. Okay, and now let's take our pure yellow, the bright one, and then let's kind of just fill in the gaps. That is it, guys. We've finished. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I think it came out really good. I really like how it turned out. I hope yours has turned out just as well. If you would like to post your pictures on Instagram, please do so. Tag them with the hashtag ChamelDoesArt and Art for Kids Sunday. I'll be able to take a look at that. And having said that, I will see you guys next week. Have a Merry Christmas and take care.